This is Mindy, and that is Michael, and today we'll be performing the third movement of Smetana's piano trio. So throughout this whole movement, you can hear from the piano an underlying rhythm, which kind of sounds like a horse. So this rhythm is actually inspired by a piece by Schubert, which was inspired by a poem called The Elf King. So the Elf King is set in this deep, dark forest in the middle of the night, and this father and son are riding on horseback to home. But then suddenly the son starts to feel really, really nervous and anxious and is urging his father to go faster because he feels the spirit behind him, and the spirit is inevitably the Elf King, or is also portrayed as death. So the son keeps on urging his father because he's completely terrified, but the father doesn't really take note of this. And eventually, when the father arrives home with his son, he finds that his son is dead. So the dark undertones that this piece by Schubert sets help set the also dark undertones of our movement.
Contrasted with this dark theme are two slower lyrical sections, which signify kind of the composer's longing for his daughter's for his daughter. And even though they have the same melody both times, the first one is wistful and melancholy, and it modulates to a minor key as the composer mourns his daughter's death. But the second has a glimmer of hope and some moving lines and a modulation to a major key this time. Really shows how the composer realizes that despite the immense, intense heartache, he really has to teach himself to move on.
Towards the end of the movement, the main theme turns into a funeral march as Smetana strives to honor his daughter's death. After this dark, gloomy section, the music suddenly jumps right back into a major key, and Smetana brings back the theme that Michael just described, but this time with a majestic flourish. So instead of dwelling on his daughter's death, Smetana chooses to celebrate and focus on the life that she had. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy our performance.